Welcome to the Dirt Court Jesters Podcast, your home for dirt track racing across the country and right here in Southwest Ohio. This is Josh in episode 68. Dirt racing loses a legend, better safe than sorry, and points battles to crown a champion. I hope you guys are ready to get dirty. This week in dirt racing history, we're going back to October 19th of 2013 and Thunderbolt Raceway for the Trophy Cup. Kyle Larson would come away with the victory, Roger Crockett in second, and Shane Golobic would round out your podium.
Let me talk to you.
This week's talking points, it's been a minute. Got a lot to talk about. I want to start by talking about NARC being purchased. Brad Sweet and Kevin Rudine acquire NARC effective for the 2026 season. Brad would go on to say, Kevin and I are both really excited to continue our pursuit of helping and growing 410 sprint car racing on the West Coast. There is no better way to accomplish that than to build on the foundation of what Jim Allen, Brent Kading, and many others have built over many years. NARC has been a staple on the West Coast for many years, and we hope to continue to create many more successful seasons for the race fans, teams, promoters, and racers. And I think when I first saw this, the first question I had, and I think a lot of other folks had this, is what does 2026 look like for not only NARC, but Brad Sweet? I think they're going to keep NARC similar to what it has been, but I'm kind of curious as to where Brad Sweet goes from here. Is retirement on the horizon? Is he going to draw back and only race the big races? What does 2026 look like for Brad Sweet? I've also heard that his Napa deal might be up, so I don't know if that's true or not, but it'll be interesting to see what 2026 looks like for the big cat. On September 28th, Dirt Tracker Justin Fiedler always got good stuff, and he talks about the Blaney sprint car. We talked about the offset wing. Unbeknownst to me, there was a lot more going on than that. If you haven't heard that episode, go to Dirt Tracker Daily and check it out, the September 28th episode. Drivers Project, another podcast. Love those guys. September 26th, they talked about safety and made suggestions that it may be that the racing is simply more competitive, and that could be the issue more so than safety. They'll just also discuss getting young people involved in the sport and not having enough help. This might be one of my favorite episodes. They've got a ton of good ones. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out. This isn't dirt, but this is big money. Race for the Million founder Richard Feeler announced that in 2026, teams will have the opportunity to race for the richest purse in winged pavement sprint car history, with $1 million in prize money to be paid out over 4 race series that will host events in Michigan, Florida, and Colorado next year. The unsanctioned events, which will feature a total purse of over $600,000 and a series point fund of $300,000, as well as pole, heat race, and B-main payouts, and a $50,000 bonus to any driver who can win twin feature events at a to-be-determined series event. Flow is going to provide coverage for that. Somebody's going to win themselves some money. Tyler Street wins the OVSCA feature, but Danny Smith makes it 3 OVSCA championships in a row at Ohio Valley. Danny Smith is your 2025 OVSCA champion, and Jack Nichols is your OVSCA Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to them. 2026 Winter Dirt Games has been announced for the USAC National Sprint Cars in Florida. February 8th, they're going to practice at Ocala. February 9th and 10th, they're going to race at Volusia. And February 11th through the 14th, they're going to be racing at Ocala. Also going to have $24,000 point fund for the series, with $12,000 going to the champion. We're already talking about the season kicking off, even though it hasn't already ended. Can't wait for that. Hopefully one of these years I can get to Florida. Moving on. Am I dreaming? Officers and board members met to decide recipients of the special awards that will be presented during the annual DARF Banquet of Champions. They had responses from the Facebook page as well as emails offering suggestions of deserving individuals, and some categories saw up to 9 individuals to be voted on. Following are going to be honored November 15th, 2025. The awards and winners are as follows. The Gene Bundy Memorial goes to Brady Bacon. The John Markham Memorial to Sham Kaiser. The Dick Freeman Sportsmanship Award to Bryce Massengale. The Duke Dinsmore Memorial. The Dirt Court Jesters Podcast. John Shorty Miller Award to Charles Gifford. The Darf Driver of the Year to Kyle Purvis. Darf Dirt Driver of the Year to Corbin Hazlett. Darf Asphalt Driver of the Year to Josh Poore. Darf Dirt Cart Driver of the Year to Robert Miller. Darf Rookie of the Year to Devin Glessner. Darf Couple of the Year to Chuck and Leanne Heitkamp. Darf Mechanic of the Year to Rick Flettery. Don Thompson Sponsor of the Year to Heitmeyer Concrete. Darf Up and Coming Driver to Ryan Likens. Darf Young Gun to Shane Chirk Jr. The Jerry Wall Pioneer in Racing Award to Greg Watson. Gene Moore Award to Gary Mong. Congratulations to everybody. I got to tell you, I don't know. I didn't expect it. I think that's an understatement. I don't know who nominated me. I don't know who voted for me. It's awesome. It's awesome to be included with the folks that I know spend a lot of time and money in support of the sport, and drivers and teams that put in long hours that people don't see behind the scenes. Just to be included in that, it's something I don't take lightly. I really appreciate it, and I am pumped and excited to see everybody at the DARF banquet on November 15th, 2025. Congratulations to everybody, and I just, again, want to say thanks for the support. Moving on, we want to talk about safety. A rough end of the season for Ryan Barr Racing, and a rough ride for my guy Ryan Barr on Saturday night at Lawrenceburg with USAC. Got up on the bicycle, got sideways, and kind of tumbled sideways a few times before landing fairly flat on what was left of the front end. Ryan has the chasm system in his car, and in back and forth with Ryan's dad, Chad, I found out that both the right and left side of the chasm system were compacted. A 1/16 of an inch and an 1/8 of an inch, respectively, as a result of the crash. Chad would check the rubber bushings that kind of remind me of hockey pucks weekly. Ryan was able to walk away without injury. I know this was something others had interest in as far as the accident itself and what safety features were in place to help prevent any injury to Ryan and helping him walk away. Even saw a USAC official looking at the seat after the accident. We always talk about this as much as we can. Hopefully we keep making progress on safety for the drivers. I know this wasn't how they wanted to end their 2025 season, but glad to see Ryan walk away from that, and really excited to see what 2026 brings for RBR after a lot of growth in 2025. I don't know my analytics as well as Dirt Tracker, but I know he's talked about how big the difference is between his shows talking winged sprint cars and non-wing sprint cars, and the reason why he doesn't talk about non-wing. So I'm asking you, what do you think? Do you have a preference? Is there something that I cover that you don't like? Something you'd like covered more? For the record, I'm a wing sprint car guy, but the non-wing sprint cars give you some damn good racing. Not going to leave out the late models or the mod guys, even the stock guys and trucks, legends and Hornets. There's so much racing out there. All of them are putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort to put on a show for you guys. So let me know, what do you want to hear? And finally, wrapping up this week's talking points. Rest in peace to Bobby Allen. Last week, dirt racing lost a legend. From Florida to Pennsylvania to being an original outlaw, the 1990 Knoxville Nationals champion, to running his own team and winning the highest paying sprint car race ever. Scruffy did it all. On October 11th, Lincoln Speedway hosts the World of Outlaws, and folks packed the stands with tons of Bobby Allen support. And man, I can't imagine what it's like to see Shark Racing pacing that field. As always, want to give a shout out to a Victory Fuel. From Purple Potion to Throttle Punch to Lucky Lemon, fueled by electrolytes, charged with vitamins, and kid-friendly. Fuel your victory at drinkvictory.com and use the code Jesters10 at checkout to save. Drinkvictory.com and use the code Jesters10 at checkout to save.
I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. Oh no.
This week's race recap and racing to come. Sunday, September 29th, Path Valley High Limit. Brad Sweet sets a new track record of 9.572. 9.572. New track record by Brad Sweet there at Path Valley. Pretty cool little quarter-mile joint there. And in the end, Tanner Thorson gets the win. Brady Bacon in second, and Gio Selzy would round out your podium. October 3rd, Humboldt Speedway in the World of Outlaw late models, where Dennis Erb Jr. gets the win. Dustin Sorensen in second, and Brian Shirley in third. October 4th, they'd move to 81 Speedway, where Tim McCready would get the win, Brian Shirley in second, and Nick Hoffman in third. October 3rd at Terre Haute for the Tony Holman Classic with USAC Sprints, Justin Grant gets the win, CJ Larry in second, and Ricky Lewis would round out the podium. Atomic Speedway on Saturday, October 4th. Fast and the Boss Sprints going to crown their champions for 2025. And in the Fast main event, Cole Duncan gets the win. Casey Genderzak in second, and Darren Nida in third. For the Boss Sprint Cars, Corbin Hazlett gets the win. Matt Cooley in second, and Mike Miller would come from 10th to 3rd. In Sport Mods, Kyle Payne gets the win. Austin Barker in second. Camden Hauser in third. In the Steel Block late models, Zach Milby with the win, Michael Lefevers in second, and Chad Roush in third. Corbin Hazlett would be your Boss champion, and Ricky Peterson Jr., your Fast champion. Congratulations, gentlemen. Saturday, October 4th, Mud Lake Valley. In the Fall 40, $10,000 win for the Valvoline American Late Model Ironman Series. Michael Chilton gets the victory. Rusty Schlenk in second, and Colton Burdett in third. October 4th, Jacksonville Speedway with Extreme Midgets. Trevor Klein with the win. Jacob Denny in second, and Chase McDermott in third. Pittsburgh, PA Speedway for the 37th Pittsburgher and Lucas Oil Late Models. In night number 1, Devin Moran gets the win. Brandon Shepard in second, and Max Blair in third. And night number 2, the finale, the 37th Pittsburgher. Jonathan Davenport goes back-to-back. Jonathan Davenport gets the win. Max Blair from 11th to 2nd. And Devin Moran would round out your podium. Williams Grove in the National Open for the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. I know EJ and the boys were pumped for this one because Sheldon Hodenshield gets the win. Big win for Sheldon Hodenshield. Danny Dietrich in second, and Bill Baylog in third. Friday, October 10th, Boot Hill Speedway in the Bayou Classic with the World of Outlaw late models. Tim McCready gets the win. Bobby Pearson second, and Cody Overton would round out your podium. Back-to-back wins there for Tim McCready. Lakeside and High Limit, Brent Marks with the win. Aaron Reitzel in second, and Brad Sweet in third. Moving to Lawrenceburg at the Greg Staub Memorial with the USAC Sprints, Kyle Cummins with the win. Jay Stockin in second, and Jake Swanson in third. New Egypt with the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, where Carson Macedo would get the win. Logan Schuhart in second, and David Gravel in third. Salt City Speedway with ASCS, Wick Gastineau with the win. Blake Hahn in second, and Sam Haferteef Jr. in third. Moving to Saturday, October 11th, Atomic. In the 410s, Krieg Kemenal would come away with the win. Cole Duncan in second, and Keith Sheffer Jr. in third. Josh Rice will be your late model winner. Clinton Keenan in second, and Justin Cooper in third. Jeff Conrad grabs the win in the Sport Mods. Austin Barker in second, and Adam Lawson in third. And in the Modifieds, Brad Golf gets the victory. Anthony Schlusher in second, and Brian Whiteman in third. Your 2025 Atomic Speedway track champions are in the 410 sprints. No surprise there. Cole Duncan. In the late models, RJ Conley. In the Modifieds, Seth Cheney. And in the Sport Mods, Kyle Payne. Congratulations to them. Back to Boot Hill Raceway for the Bayou Classic with the World of Outlaw late models. Ryan Gustin and Bobby Pierce battle out, but in the end, Ryan Gustin wins $50,000 in the Bayou Classic. Bobby Pierce in second, and Dennis Erb Jr. in third. Brownstown was running with Midwest Thunder 410, and Jordan Kinzer would get the win. Harley Burns in second, and Jaden Rogers in third. The top 4 drivers in points for the Midwest Thunder 410 sprints are separated just by 66. Close battle there coming to the end of the season for them. Moving to Cherokee Speedway with the Blue-Gray 100, Hunt the front. Zach Mitchell gets the win. Brandon Overton in second, Corey Hedgecock in third. Jimmy Owens and the Kohler Motorsports team would be your 2025 Hunt the Front Super Dirt Car Series champions. High Limit back at Lakeside once again. Back-to-back nights there at Lakeside. This time, Brad Sweet gets the win. Ryan Timms in second, and Rico Abreu in third. And 3 races left for High Limit. 30 points separates the point leader, Rico Abreu, in second place, Brad Sweet. Brad Sweet looking to do his 7th championship. It's going to be tough. Down to 3 races for High Limit. Should be an exciting finish to the season for them. Lawrenceburg in the Fall Nationals with the USAC Sprint Cars. 18 cars on hand for $20,000 to win. I don't know what the answer is there. Some say it may be because of the track and guys don't want to race there. You've got Midwest Thunder 410s running an hour and a half away, and they're drawing twice as many cars. I don't know, but at the same time, when you got a track putting up $20,000 to win, I think it was $700 to start, and nobody shows up, I don't know that you can complain about not getting paid. That being said, somebody got paid this night at Lawrenceburg, and that somebody was Logan CV. Logan CV would win $30,000, $20,000 for the win, and they also completed their trifecta, giving Logan an extra $10,000. So he walks out of Lawrenceburg $30,000 richer. Mitchell Moles would be second place in that race, and Kyle Cummins would finish third, and he would clinch the 2025 USAC Sprint Car National Championship. Lincoln and the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Shark Racing paces the field for the missing man in honor of the late, great Bobby Allen. A lot of folks showed up, and a lot of folks showed out wearing their Bobby Allen gear in support. Something you love to see. And in the end, Anthony Macri comes back from injury. Didn't know he was going to race until Thursday night. Didn't matter. Anthony Macri gets the win. Chase Dietz in second, and Buddy Kofoid would round out your podium. Oswego Speedway in the Billy Whitaker Cars 200 Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Mods, wrapping up Super Dirt Week. Money Matt Williamson comes away with the victory. Justin Hayers in second, and Alex Yankowski would round out your podium. Moving to Riverside International for the Flip Flop 50 with USCS. In the flip feature, Dale Howard with the win, Derek Hagar from 13th to 2nd, and Howard Moore in third. In the flop, Brad Bowen would get the win, Derek Hagar again from 13th to 2nd, and Bradley Fezzard would round out the podium. Salt City Speedway ASCS, Whit Gastineau goes back-to-back. Whit Gastineau with the win, Brady Baker in second, and Matt Covington in third. West Virginia Motor Speedway, new track configuration, and that produced pack stands and huge car counts. 80 late models, 72 sport mods, 58 modifieds, and 32 pro late models. And in the end, in the late models, Tyler Carpenter will get the win. In the sport mods, Jared Willis gets the win. In the modifieds, Wyatt Scott with the victory. And in the pro late models, Luke Heyer with the win. Glad to see a bunch of folks turning out there at West Virginia Motor Speedway. As we're recording this, Sunday, October 12th, Mount Pigger's got the Hoosier Hustle. $6,000 to win, the highest paying sprint car race that they've had there. Non-wing 410 on hand, as well as mods and stock cars. Winchester and the Winchester 400 with ASA Stars National Tour also going on as we're recording this. Moving to Wednesday, October 15th, Lucas Oil Speedway is going to have High Limit. Thursday, October 16th, Eldora and the Dirt Track World Championships, night number 1, mods and stocks. Thunderbolt and Trophy Cup night 1 with 360 sprints. Friday, October 17th, Eldora in the Dirt Track World Championship. Night number 2, Lucas Oil Late Models decide their championship this weekend at Eldora. Devin Moran leads Ricky Thornton Jr. by just 15 points. Jonathan Davenport is there in third, but he's 115 back. I don't think that's going to be possible. It's going to be interesting to see with Moran and Thornton. Neither of them's great at Eldora. Both of them can win there. 15 points is a slim margin, and it should be a great weekend of racing there at Eldora. Dodge City Raceway, USAC Sprint Cars. Lincoln Park Speedway is going to have the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars. Swainsboro with USCS. Texas Motor Speedway, Night 1, High Limit. They're going to wrap up their championship that weekend. Thunderbolt Trophy Cup, night number 2 with the 360 sprints. Saturday, October 18th. Circle City's going to have the Spooky 150. 10 classes, 10 divisions. If you want to see a lot of racing before the gates get closed for 2025, get to Circle City on Saturday, October 18th. Eldora is going to have the Dirt Track World Championships, and they're going to wrap up that season, and the Lucas Oil Late Model Champion will be crowned. LaSalle Speedway and the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, Texas Motor Speedway, and the final night of the 2025 season for High Limit, Thunderbolt and the Trophy Cup and the 360 sprints. And on Sunday, October 19th, Angel Park Speedway has the World of Outlaw Sprint Cars.
Goodbye. Mwah! And good night, bang.
Thanks as always for listening to the Dirt Court Jesters podcast. Follow us on Spotify, X, Facebook, and YouTube. And we hope to see you guys at the track.